Holy Cross High School, located on 37 acres in Waterbury, Connecticut, draws students from more than 20 surrounding towns to create a diverse student body. This environment enables every student to reach his or her potential. 99% of our students go on to college.
This is definitely challenge you a lot, but it doesn't it's not too slow for you. It won't be too hard for you. You can go at your own speed.
I have 6 academic classes. It's I have to be organized and I have to set times to do everything, like homework and that kind of thing you need for college, because college gives you more work.
An experience that prepares each person for the challenges of a complex and ever-changing world.
It's a challenging atmosphere, definitely. And it's a community atmosphere. I just can't imagine being anywhere else.
An education in the Holy Cross tradition develops the heart as well as the mind. Each student is challenged intellectually.
It's really challenging. My classes are tough, but they'll pretty much take your level of what you can do and give you classes that are at the top of that. So you can always do it, but it's always really difficult.
Everyone's a family in here, and it's like a family. Everyone's accepted, and there's no prejudice or anything.
The students are pretty close-knit. It's not like a regular high school where you have a lot of different cliques. Mostly everyone hangs out with everyone.
The students are nourished spiritually with an atmosphere of true Christian values.
Religion was one of the factors why I came here, because I've never had that before in a school. So it was very important to take the classes, and you do a lot of service, you learn a lot, and you grow. You really find yourself in the courses.
All that matters is that one created it.
Where's your cast shadow going to be for this?
Student creativity and aggressive thinking are encouraged.
I love drawing. There's art clubs, there's art classes, but right now I'm currently trying for theater and drama. So there's that, there's concert choir, there's music, we have concerts here.
Seek the limitless possibilities at Holy Cross. Art, music, drama, foreign languages, science, biology, chemistry, physics, journalism, a language lab, math lab, creative writing, computer programming, technology integrated throughout the learning experience, and more than 30 clubs and activities that are available to everyone.
There's a ton of stuff to do. We have obviously all the varsity sports, but there's also tons of service. Everyone pretty much is involved in service because you want to do it for college and just for yourself. And you can also join all kinds of clubs. We're actually getting 5 new clubs this year, like the yoga club. There's all different kinds of clubs, so you can pretty much do whatever you want.
The defining quality of a Holy Cross education? Holy Cross teachers. More than 80 faculty members who support each and every student as they achieve academic success. 65% of our teachers have a master's degree. The student-teacher ratio is 15-1.
The teachers and the students have a good relationship. All you have to do is ask your teacher. They'll set aside time for you after school, before school. They'll sit down, talk to you, tell you, ask you what you're having trouble with, and they'll help you with it.
They really care about you. The faculty know you by name. They can seek you out if you have a problem, or even if you just want to talk or joke around or something like that. So I really think it's a community here.
Holy Cross creates a unique, faith-centered experience. Courtesy, competence, respect, and accountability are all part of the education process.
It's about people and what they believe is true integrity, character. I think what activities you're involved in. I'm involved in the Fine Arts Department, and I think that attributes to the Holy Cross community. Sports is a really big program also. You can be a sports player, and then you can also be a good student. So I think that it's a well-roundedness of the community.
Holy Cross encourages personal growth, builds strength and confidence, and promotes self-esteem.
It instills leadership qualities in you, and there's lots of schools that can, help you with leadership, give you the skills that you need to survive in the workplace these days. But now, Holy Cross also adds that kind of religious aspect to it that can also teach you compassion towards other people and also being a leadership in the workplace. And it's a very service-oriented school. We've won the Governor's Award for Service 3 years running so far. So we have all sorts of service organizations and projects that kids can get involved in. There's something for everybody here, and there's people for everybody here.
The Crusaders compete in 22 varsity sports for both boys and girls, including baseball, tennis, football, volleyball, track, soccer, and basketball. Holy Cross boasts a state-of-the-art training facility, the Ross Memorial Fitness Center, where life cycles, free weights, and cardio training equipment are available to the student body. Holy Cross continues to meet the ever-growing needs of our students. In 2004, we will unveil an art and technology center that will revolutionize the way we exchange information. You can experience a small part of the Holy Cross community today by visiting our website. Go to holycrosshs-ct.com. Holy Cross provides an experience that encourages the spiritual, emotional, physical, and social growth of each student.
When I came here, only one person from my school came here, but I did know 4 people here. But about towards the end of the year, I had like 10 times the amount of friends that I came here with. It's just, if you go to meetings, like meet different people, socialize, you'll end up with a lot of people that you know, and it'll make your time here even better.
Holy Cross High School, teaching honesty, commitment, and integrity, preparing you for the 21st century. Holy Cross High School, different where it counts.
It's high school basketball time. Good evening, sports fans. From the Holy Cross Gym in Waterbury, Connecticut, this is Ali Vestro, along with Dave Grant and Gordy Woods, the WATR sports crew. And in just a few moments, we'll be sending you the play-by-play broadcast of the biggest rivalry in the city of Waterbury, the Holy Cross Crusaders, going up against Sacred Heart, the 2 Catholic schools that just pack them in all the time. And when this game comes around, you can throw out the records, although this year, these 2 teams, the Sacred Heart team coming off 6 straight victories. So it should be a very interesting ball game here tonight as these 2 teams battle on here and continue this mighty tradition. It's a hot time here at Holy Cross, even though it's cold outside, and we are very happy to be bringing you this game tonight. This is brought to you as a special feature of WATR Sports, and with the best wishes of these public service-minded sponsors. By It's and Seraphines are seated high atop the stands at Holy Cross. Dave Grant with me, and Dave, this is one of the games that we really look forward to.
Well, Ali, we were lucky that the last time we saw these 2 teams, we had just one honey of a game. It was the first game we did at the beginning of the year with a 2-point win by Holy Cross. Could have gone either way. Looking for the same type of game tonight. It was really Sacred Heart's first time of really getting into a competitive situation under the new coaching staff and new coaching system. And Coach Carroll has told me that they've come together as a team. They've reeled off 6 wins in a row. They're starting to know each other's movements and playing a lot better together. So look for another close one tonight.
Well, Dave, you know and I both know that sometimes when you're playing and you're an athlete, you just point your finger towards some games. You can't help it, but you look forward to one game just a little bit more than you do the others, and this certainly has to be one of those for both of these teams.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this rivalry goes way, way back, and these guys love to play each other. They just love to get out there and just beat each other up, and it's like bragging rights. They could have the worst record in the league, but, you know, if Holy Cross goes back at the end of the year and says, hey, we beat Sacred Heart twice, they're happy because they won that game.
Well, we talk about Naugatuck Valley League. Crosby still atop the N.V.L. with a perfect 10-0 record, but the Bulldogs showed that they could have some feet of clay.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a lot closer. It's a lot more competitive this year, like we said at the beginning. Both Torrington and Wilby have given them real good games, and I'll tell you what, the second meeting with both of them are going to be just as dynamic.
And they're coming up in just a couple of weeks as we look forward on our schedule. Friday night, Sacred Heart and Crosby will tangle at the Crosby Gym. Next Tuesday, we've got a big ball game between Naugatuck and Sacred Heart. That ought to be a honey. And this Naugatuck team could upset any one of the teams in the N.V.L. also. And then in 2 weeks, February 3rd, we have Torrington and Holy Cross. Well, that's a week from Friday. And then in 2 weeks from tonight, February 7th, Torrington Crosby over at the Crosby Gym. And then following that, Bob Sagendorf and the crew will be doing Crosby and Wilby. And last time these two teams played, Crosby beat Wilby by 1 point.
You got to wonder on the scheduling of this right here is like, what were they trying to do to Crosby with this schedule? This is the second time the Crosby's had to play Torrington and then Wilby back-to-back. So really testing them.
But the last time they played them back-to-back day after day.
Day after day, yeah. Well, that was because of the snowstorms.
Speaking of which, my 4-day-a-week friend over here, Principal Grant, Gordy, we should have a job where it snows and we don't have to work, right?
Well, you know, the long hours and you know, that you put in. And
there we go. Yeah, it's getting deep here. Yeah. I got glad I got my boots waiting for the snow tonight.
Oh, you mean 3-day week, Charlie?
Yeah, well, that would be all right, too. Well, while the play is stopped down on the floor, we remind you that you are listening to high school basketball on WATR. Take at least 3 times. Yeah. We are back at Holy Cross High School. Ali Vestro, Gordy Woods, and Dave Grant, the WATR Sports Crew, getting ready for this big game between the Holy Cross Crusaders and the Sacred Heart Hearts. You can hear the crowd in the background, just about a capacity crowd here on hand for this game. A lot of people don't even come, Dave, because they figure it's going to be a sellout anyway. They won't be able to get near it. There's still a few seats here if someone is in the area and they want to come and see this, but not many.
Well, that's okay. They can listen to us on the radio.
Absolutely. That's what we like. Starting lineups have been introduced for Sacred Heart. It's going to be LaRon Zimmerman in one of the forward positions, along with Tim Bamonte. Bamonte is a 6-foot senior. Zimmerman is a senior also. In the center spot, it will be John Ciriello, a 6-foot 5-inch junior. And in the guard positions, Bobby George, a 6-foot junior, and Bryant Corcoran, a 5'10 sophomore. For the Holy Cross Crusaders, it's going to be Jerome Mitchell, a 5'11 sophomore, along with Mark Redding, a 6-foot sophomore. And listen to these sophomore lineups. In the center spot, Derek Ward, a 6'2 sophomore. 3 sophomores starting for this Holy Cross team. And I could just see Eddie Generali licking his chops with this one. And in the forward positions, Mike Sherry, a 6'2" senior, and Tim Brady, a 5'11 junior, rounding out the starting team. So only one senior starting on this Holy Cross team. So they've got some things to look forward to over there, and they got a good crop of kids coming up on the bench also. Holy Cross breaks out onto the floor first. Referees for tonight's ball game, do we have them?
Referees tonight are Gary Orio and Jose Dos Santos.
Okay. First time seeing a couple of these guys. But we are just about set to go in the center spot. It's going to be John Ciriello tapping up against Mike Cherry, who's going to step in there now. We are just about set to go. The whistle blows. The ball is tossed in the air. The tap is taken by Holy Cross. Coming up with it, Mitchell going right to the hoop. Pass it off to Ward. Ward shot is blocked, knocked out of bounds, and will be awarded to the Crusaders.
Ciriello came out of nowhere. He says, not this time. He swatted that way up there.
Brady takes it out underneath his own hoop. Still looking in, still looking in. Now finally gets it in, and the pass was thrown wild and picked up by Sacred Heart. The first steal of the ball game. Coming up with it, Bryant Corcoran. Corcoran in the forecourt, dribbling around out in the midcourt, closely guarded by Mitchell. Comes right side, still dribbling, stops his dribble now, bounce pass outside, cross court over the left side, in the corner to Bamonte. Bamonte dribbles out a few steps, very closely guarded by Brady. Boy, he's on him like a postage stamp. Bamonte goes out in the midcourt, dribbles behind his back, and is called palming.
5-second call.
5 seconds, closely guarded.
Brady was over him like white on rice. He didn't let him alone.
Unbelievable defensive job by Tim Brady on that one, and Holy Cross now goes back on the offensive. We're in the opening minute of play here at the Holy Cross Gym. Sacred Heart and Holy Cross, no score yet. Both teams in a heated rivalry here. With the ball, Mitchell from the side, jump shot, missed, rebound taken off underneath by Sherry, lays it up, and it's good. And Holy Cross scores first blood. Just about a minute has gone by here. Sacred Heart comes down on the offense. Bamonte with the ball, closely guarded by Brady. Drives in right side, underneath, can't get off a shot, gets it over to Corcoran. George, rather, his shot is missed. Rebound is knocked out of bounds, and let's see what the call is.
Holy Cross ball. Both teams are playing a real tough man-to-man defense, right? I'm sorry, Sacred Heart ball.
Sacred Heart will take it out. Bamonte into Ciriello. Ciriello out deep to George. George back to Bamonte in the left corner. Bamonte comes out to the foul line, throws up a jump shot off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound picked up on this side by Corcoran. He goes in with the layup. It's good. Nice move by Brian Corcoran, a 5'10 sophomore. Another sophomore starting. And Holy Cross comes down court. It's all tied up, 2-2. Shot missed from the side by Brady. Rebound picked up by Corcoran. Corcoran brings it into forecourt very quickly. Mitchell picks him up out near midcourt. And Corcoran throws the ball away out of bounds on the left side.
The referees are letting both these teams play tough. There's a lot of bumping going on, not a lot of fouls being called. The team that's more physical is going to take advantage of this.
Holy Cross ball, it's all tied up. Opening minutes of play here at Holy Cross High School. Crusaders have the home court advantage in their white uniforms with green piping. From the side, Brady three-pointer off the right rim, no good underneath. Ward laid up, good.
Good position that time to get that offensive rebound.
Derek Ward, sophomore for Holy Cross, puts the Crusaders up by 2. Full court press by the Crusaders. Down court, Corcoran has the ball stolen by Brady. Brady, 2-on-1, fast break, goes through, lays it up, no good. Ward with the rebound up, missed. Rebound, Ciriello of Sacred Heart. Ciriello off to George. George slows things down now, gets it back out deep to Corcoran. Corcoran looking in. Gets it in the left corner to George. George can't get off shot. Gets it way out deep to Ciriello. Ciriello underneath to Zimmerman. Zimmerman backs toward the hoop. Now gets it over in the corner to George. Drives baseline. Pass is stolen by Brady. Brady down court. Going in left side. Shoots it up. No good. Foul called before the shot. Foul was called against Tim Bamonte of Sacred Heart.
What a smart play by Brady to force the issue and get the contact on that.
5 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Holy Cross up by 2, 4-2. A pass underneath to Mitchell, lays it up and in. That was a beautiful pass from Mark Redding. 5 minutes, 5 seconds, and the Crusaders out to a 4-point lead here early in the first quarter. Corcoran with the ball, fouled outside deep.
Now they've both been playing real tight man-to-man defense. The enthusiasm is up, the adrenaline's flowing. Watch for this to settle down just a little bit. You get a few more gaps, then the points are going to start pouring on.
It'll be Sacred Heart's ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. 5 minutes even remaining in the first quarter. Bamonte takes it out, hoops it out way deep to Ciriello. Ciriello lets it fly. It's off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by the Crusaders. Down court quickly they come. In the forecourt to Ward. Ward to Redding. Redding right side corner. Nope. Outside deep to Mitchell. Back to Redding. Now he lets it fly from the corner. It's no good. Rebound picked up by Corcoran. Corcoran's got a lot of rebounds here so far. Corcoran's pass deflected, stolen by Redding. Off to Cherry. Down court to Mitchell. Lays it up. Good!
Sacred Heart needs a timeout here. They're letting Holy Cross take it away from them.
8-2 now. The Crusaders move out to a 6-point lead. Bamonte down court. Right to the hoop. Lays it up. No good. Rebound picked up out deep by George. George in the corner to Bamonte. Three-pointer flying. No good. Rebound picked up by Redding. Redding to Brady. Now Brady takes it down in the forecourt to Cherry. Cherry loses it. Picks it up in the corner. Gets it out deep to Redding. Redding lets it fly from two-point range. Is right on the three-point line, and it's good. And now Sacred Heart calls for a timeout. We have a full 1-minute timeout. The score, Holy Cross 10, Sacred Heart 2. You're listening to high school basketball on WATR. Back at Holy Cross High School, Ali Vestro, Dave Grant, and Gordy Woods, the WATR Sports Crew. We just had a 1-minute timeout by Sacred Heart, and boy did they need it, as Holy Cross just jumped out to 8 straight points against the Crusaders. Now the Crusaders come up with a steal against the Hearts. Down court with it goes Ward, right to the hoop, lays it up and in.
Sacred Heart has got to protect that basketball.
Down court, pass to George, underneath the hoop, too far under. Tries to lay it up, miss it, rebound Holy Cross, down court to Mitchell, driving to the hoop, shoots it up, it's blocked by Siriello, and a charge foul called on the Crusaders anyway on that play. Foul was called against
Mitchell. Gotta settle it down. I'll tell you what, right now, you're looking at 6 turnovers for Sacred Heart. They are not taking very good care of the basketball. If they take better care, they're going to get some better shots. They only shot the ball 5 times in the first 4 minutes.
That is not good, as your wife would say.
No, this is not good.
George Bradford in the game now for Holy Cross. Sacred Heart's ball in the forecourt. Out deep with it, Tim Bamonte. Bamonte driving left side. Still driving, goes all the way into the corner. Stops his dribble now, looks underneath. Loops the pass into Siriello, lays it up and in. Nice play by the Hearts, and they finally get back on the scoreboard. Break that 10-point straight that Holy Cross scored there. Now 12-4 ball game. Sacred Heart trailing Holy Cross by 8, or Holy Cross over Sacred Heart by 8, depending upon who you're rooting for. Crusaders ball in the forecourt, right side. Cherry has the ball knocked out of his hands and stolen by Corcoran. He's been all over the floor tonight. 2 turnovers for the Crusaders. Bamonte, 3-point range, shoots it up. It's off the side of the rim. No good rebound, no good by Siriello, but he was fouled by Ward.
Sacred Heart's looking a little winded out there. They got to catch their second breath, settle down a little bit. They got to get the ball into the big guy. Nobody can stop him. If they get the ball into Siriello and he posts up, he could have a field day down there.
Siriello at the line will take 2, fouled in the act of shooting. First shot is up and it's short. 3 team fouls against Holy Cross here in the first quarter. 2:55 remaining in the quarter. It's been all Holy Cross in this quarter ever since the first minute and a half or so.
How'd you like to have that for a team? Bring a freshman in off the bench.
Kyle Murphy comes in for the Crusaders. Second shot is good by Siriello. It's now a 12-5 game. Holy Cross by 7. Crusaders bring it into the forecourt. Cherry has it in the corner, stops, jump, shoots, no good. Rebound picked up underneath by Murphy. He lays it up and in.
And the freshman comes in and produces right away. He's got some good genes.
14-5. Crusaders by 9. Jump shot out deep by Corcoran is missed. Rebound picked up by Derek Ward of Holy Cross. And the Crusaders come down on the offensive again. In the corner it goes to Cherry. Cherry looking in, dribbling, now gets it back out deep to Murphy. Murphy way deep to Tim Brady out near the center circle. Brady starts to drive toward the foul line. Stops, throws up a 3-pointer. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound picked up out deep in the corner by Derek Ward of Holy Cross. Ward gets it back out to Brady. Back in the corner it goes to Cherry. Cherry starts to drive baseline, stops, turns around now, spins in, stops, and knocks the ball off his leg out of bounds. It will be Sacred Heart ball.
Good defense that time. He is all over the floor. Cochran is just hustling all over. He doesn't want this one getting away.
14-5, 9-point lead for the Crusaders. A minute 58 remaining in the first quarter play. And the steal by Holy Cross. Pass underneath to Murphy. Shot is blocked by Ciriello. Ciriello comes up with the ball. Off it goes to Bamonte. Bamonte down court, driving to the hoop. Underneath to George. Lays it up and in. Beautiful play by Tim Bamonte. 14-7 now. 7-point lead for the Crusaders. In the corner, it comes to Bradford. Bradford out deep to Cherry. Cherry to Derek Ward at the foul line. Drives underneath, spins, shoots it up. Good!
That was too easy. He froze Ciriello on that play. Just gave him a little head fake and right to the hoop.
16-7, again a 9-point lead for the Crusaders. Minute 22 remaining in the first quarter. Down court comes Corcoran, driving right to the hoop, has the ball knocked out of his hands from behind by George Bradford, and that was a good play. I believe Corcoran was really set for a layup on that one.
Good hustle that time by Bradford, real good hustle. Coach Generali gave him a look, pointed at him, said good hustle.
Okay, taking it out is Bamonte, gets it in Ciriello outside, it comes to George. George out deep now to Bamonte, going right to the center circle. Closely guarded by Brady, comes right side, still dribbling, drives all the way in underneath, shoots it up, it's missed, rebound taken off by the Crusaders. Coming down court with it is Bradford. Bradford in the corner to Murphy. Murphy closely guarded by Zimmerman. Zimmerman out deep to Bradford. Bradford inside the lane, shoots it up, no good, rebound Ciriello. Ciriello to Bamonte, and the Hearts come down court to George. George, baseline drive, left side underneath to Zimmerman, lays it up, no good. Zimmerman gets the rebound, and a traveling violation called against the Hearts. And Holy Cross comes down court. And Tim Brady bringing it down. Corey Legassi in the game now for the Holy Cross Crusaders. Out deep is Brady. Brady closely guarded by George out near the center circle, looking up at the clock. 16 seconds. Crusaders want that last shot of the first quarter. 16-7. Holy Cross leads it by 9. Brady goes to the corner, stops, throws up a three-pointer. It is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound picked up by Brady out deep. Pass underneath is stolen by Corcoran. Lets it fly with 1 second. Nope. And that's it for the first quarter. Very fast quarter play here from the Holy Cross gym, with Holy Cross taking a 9-point lead, 16-7. You're listening to high school basketball on WATR. Cool. Ali Vestro, Dave Grant, and Gordy Woods, and what a first quarter of play. I'll tell you that even though it's a 9-point lead, it's been a very exciting ball game here.
A lot of action, a lot of up and down the court. Both teams are huffing and puffing right now.
And so are we.
So are we, yeah. They're trying to catch their second win, and so are we. What a fast-paced first quarter. Holy Cross taking the edge, 16-7, but look out, Holy Cross, because Sacred Heart will not give up. This is a rivalry that just won't go away. Holy Cross shot at a great 50% from the floor, 8 for 16, while Sacred Heart was only 3 for 13. Guess what? Mimicking the last game, but only it was a lot closer. So look for Sacred Heart to get some shooting back.
Okay, we're about to start the second period of play. When we do, it'll be Sacred Heart's ball out of bounds. They take it in, pass comes in to Bamonte. Bamonte closely guarded by Redding. Dribbles around right side now, coming in inside, stops, backs out to Ciriello. Ciriello, and a foul called underneath against Holy Cross. Looked like Redding.
Redding and Zimmerman are just banging down there. There's the two wide bodies. They're both testing each other out. Zimmerman's a lot bigger, though, but Redding won't back down.
Okay, ball out of bounds to Sacred Heart underneath their hoop. Bamonte takes it out, pass it out deep. It's stolen by Bradford. Bradford going down court to the hoop, shoots it up. Good. George Bradford gives the Crusaders their biggest lead of the game, 11 points, 18-7. Down court, Bamonte lets it fly from 10 feet. It's good.
Need a couple more of those, get them back in.
18-9 as the Crusaders come down court. Mitchell's been relatively quiet tonight. He usually shows a little bit more, but the rest of the Holy Cross team has really been picking it up for him. Mitchell pass underneath, deflected out of bounds, and will be awarded to the Crusaders. Hogreif in the ball game.
Good thing about a player like Mitchell is even though he's not scoring, his presence is known on the court.
Oh, yeah. Very definitely steadying influence out there. Pass comes in to Redding from the side. Shot missed. Rebound taken off by Ciriello. Ciriello to Bamonte. Bamonte down court. Into the forecourt. Sets up his team now. Holds up one finger. And the Hearts go on the offensive. Pass out to Ciriello. Left corner to Corcoran. Corcoran backs out. Still dribbling with the ball. Now starts to go in. It's blocked by Bradford. Now switches directions, goes back left side, shoots it up off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound taken off by Lagasse. Lagasse to Hogrefe. Down court it goes to Bradford. Over his fingertips, out of bounds. It will be Sacred Hearts ball.
Holy Cross is playing some stifling man-to-man defense in there. Crusaders are just all over the Hearts.
5 turnovers for Holy Cross thus far in the first half as the Hearts come down. Very, very tight defense, just as Dave mentioned, by the Crusaders tonight. And pass inside, deflected, picked up outside by Ciriello. Now comes this way to Bamonte. Bamonte jump shot from inside the paint. Missed, rebound taken off by Hogrefe. Hogrefe down court, stolen by Ciriello. Ciriello to Bamonte underneath the hoop, lays it up, it's no good. Rebound taken off by Rennie. Tough break for the Hearts, they needed that hoop. Still 18-9, Crusaders ball, 3-pointer on the way from Hogrefe, it's good.
No respect. Just threw that right up at him.
21-9. 12-point lead now for the Crusaders. Steal by Bradford underneath to Redding. Lays it up. Good.
Another timeout. Got to come up here.
23-9. Crusaders by 14. And Sacred Heart just can't get on track here as they come back court. Foul called against Bradford in the backcourt.
Wholesale substitutions coming up from Holy Cross. That's the thing right there. They just keep putting fresh legs in there. They are all over Sacred Heart, not giving them a chance to run their offense, not giving them a chance to breathe at all out there. Hence the 14-point lead right now.
Okay. Colby Burke into the game for Sacred Heart.
All right, we got something going on here at the official score table.
And we're just checking it out, see what's what. Bradford comes out of the ball game.
Hey, there's my neighbor. All right.
Ron Patetti in the game.
Ron Patetti.
In the game for Holy Cross. And we'll pick up these subs as they go on. Sacred Heart puts the ball into play finally. Now, Bamonte has it out deep. Closely guarded by Brady. Bamonte switches directions with the ball. Stops at the foul line. Has the ball knocked out of his hands. Starts to dribble again. Takes it out in the corner. Pass in to Colby Burke. Burke underneath to Zimmerman. Zimmerman shot up and good. And a foul call. Let's see if it counts. I think it will.
Yeah, they're going to count that one, Allie. That was in the act.
And the foul was against Redding. Mark Redding. That's his second personal foul. At the foul line, Zimmerman. He's got 6 points, or the 16 fouls for Holy Cross now.
Man, he's solid.
Yes, he is.
He's solid.
And the shot is missed from the foul line. Rebound taken off by Derek Ward. Ward to Brady. Down court it goes to Cherry. Back to Redding at the foul line. Redding out deep to Patetti. Patetti dribbling once. Gets it off to Brady out deep. Brady looking inside. Looking for someone to loop a pass into. They're looking for Cherry inside. They can't find him yet. Brady gets a pass back now. Starts to drive. Now stops inside. Shoots. No good. Rebound picked up by Ciriello. Ciriello to Bamonte. 4 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the first half of play from the Holy Cross gym. It's a 23-11 lead for the Holy Cross Crusaders. Hearts just having trouble getting on track here. They played hard, but just haven't been able to put the ball in the hoop. Now pass underneath to Zimmerman. Lays it up and in. That was a beautiful pass into Zimmerman. Looping pass over the head of Cherry. And now the ball comes down to the Holy Cross end. A shot is missed by Redding, followed by Cherry, is good.
Just as it looks like Sacred Heart gets on track, Holy Cross comes back and puts another one in.
Still a 12-point lead for the Crusaders, 25-13. Another looping pass goes inside to Zimmerman, lays it up and in. Bamonte to Zimmerman, twice in a row now. 6 points for Zimmerman. And it's 25-15 game. And the Hearts continue to have to do that. Now they got to come up with some steals to get themselves back in this game. With the ball, Derek Ward, right corner. Trying to get by Ciriello, stops, looks, now gets it off to Redding out deep. It goes to Brady. Brady back to Redding in the corner. He's got room. Well, doesn't take the shot. Gets it out to Brady. Brady dribbling very leisurely. Now back to Redding in the corner. Redding bounce pass inside to Ward. Ward spins, hooks it up. It's good.
What a nice jump hook. Right up and over the big guy.
8 points for Derek Ward. Down court, Bamonte right to the hoop. Spins it up. No good. Rebound picked up by Patetti. What's he doing getting rebounds in there?
I like it. I like it. He's a tough kid.
Now, of course, Cherry. Cherry laid it up. It went around the inside of the hoop and out. But a foul was called on the play. Foul was called on Sacred Heart. And at the foul line, Mark Cherry will take 2 shots.
You know how well coached this team is? Every one of these kids out there, they're playing all over their man, but yet they're still playing ball you man. They're still dropping down and picking up when someone gets beat. And you're talking about kids that play basketball all the time. Like my neighbor Patetti, he's out there at 12 o'clock at night playing basketball. That's the kind of dedication that Coach Generali gets from his kids.
First shot was missed by Cherry. Second shot is good. 5 points for Mike Cherry. 27-16, 11-point lead for the Holy Cross Crusaders. All sorts of substitutions coming in here for these teams. Now Corcoran back in the game for Sacred Heart. Goes down court, had a shot, but from behind, Tim Brady knocks the ball out of his hand. What a great defensive effort by Tim Brady. Man, that kid can move too.
Wow. Wow. He took off. He sprinted there.
Taking the ball out of bounds. It'll be George for Sacred Heart. George. Also got it by Bradford. Loops the pass in. Now. And the pass comes underneath to Zimmerman. Lays it up. Good. Beautiful pass from Siriella to Zimmerman. And it's a 28-17 game. 8 points for Zimmerman. They're continuing to loop those passes into him and quite successfully.
They just got to get some stops on defense now.
Crusader ball. Sacred Heart man-to-man defense. Now pass over on this side. From side by Swan is blocked by Siriello.
Oh! Take that! Or as Josh would say, take that, Anya. Whoa, he just swatted that one into Neverland.
Yes, he did. Swan taking it out now. Chris Swan, a 6'3 junior. Gets it into Brady. Almost went backcourt on that one. Man, he was an inch away.
Oh, he was backcourt. Referee just didn't see it.
And he went in from the side, shot it up, and made it. 30-17, 13-point lead for the Crusaders. 2 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the first half. Corcoran in the forecourt for the Hearts. Left side, still dribbling, gets it in the corner to George. George starts to drive, baseline, shoots it underneath to Siriello. He lays it up and in. Nice play. Sacred Heart's starting to play some decent ball offensively now.
They just, again, they can't trade baskets with Holy Cross when you're down by 11. You got to get some defensive stops. They're playing great offense. Defense, they're just letting Holy Cross run all over them.
Brady let a three-pointer fly, missed it, got his own rebound, gets it off to Swan. Swan underneath to Ward. He lays it up and in.
Case in point.
Indeed. 10 points for Derek Ward. Less than 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 32-19. Holy Cross by 13 in the forecourt with the ball. Corcoran drives underneath, shoots it up. It's missed. Rebound is picked up by the Crusaders. Brady coming up with it. Down court to Patetti in the corner. Almost loses it. Now he does step out of bounds. It will be Sacred Heart's ball.
Good hustle. That pass was way out of there. Good hustle. He even touched the ball.
7 turnovers for the Crusaders. 32-19. We got a minute and 43 remaining in the first half of play. Sacred Heart's ball in the backcourt. Oh, I'll tell you, you can't be anywhere loose with these passes tonight because these Holy Cross Crusaders will steal it from you. Shot missed by Corcoran. Fast break started down court to Redding. Redding up the hoop. No good. A foul called against the Hearts.
Good tag.
Oh,
that was a good tag. I don't know if he meant to do it that way, but that was a good tag.
Colby Burke came up with the foul. That's his first, the third team foul for Sacred Heart. At the foul line for Holy Cross, Mark Redding to take 2 shots. First one is on the way. It's no good.
You know, it seems when Sacred Heart's coming down there, it's like there's a lid on the basket. They're getting some good looks at this. They're just not going in.
Redding getting set for his second try. Still bouncing ball line. Now it's up in the air and it's good. 5 points for Redding. More substitutions coming in. Paul O'Phil for Philly. Philly. Okay, we'll get it. Sacred Heart's ball. Pass underneath to O'Philly. Lays it up, and he makes it. Well, come in the game for 8 seconds, score a basket. I like that. 33-21.
Instant offense.
12-point lead for the Crusaders. And they have the ball. Outside deep, Derek Ward. Closely guarded by Kuntzis. Stops, jump, shoots, miss, rebound, picked up by the Hearts. Coming up with it is O'Philly. Down court it goes to Burke. Burke outside deep to Corcoran. Corcoran loops a pass in again to Zimmerman underneath, and it went off his hands, out of bounds. It'll be awarded to the Crusaders.
Wasn't looking for that one that time. Caught him by surprise. Had good position.
Less than a minute to play here in the first half. Holy Cross with a 12-point lead, 33-21, 47 seconds. 11 turnovers for the Hearts in the first half. And Holy Cross looks like they want to sit on this ball. But, almost a backcourt violation again. Cherry has it out deep. Very closely guarded by Corcoran. Gets it over to Derek Ward. Cross court. Ward looking very closely guarded by Kuntzis. Dribbles a little bit this way now, looking for someone to pass it off to. Still looking. Now gets it out deep to Bradford. 21 seconds, 20 seconds. Bradford looking inside. Just kind of bent over there at half court. Takes a look at Eddie Generali. And now has the ball knocked out of his hand. Stolen. And re-stolen by Ward. Ward almost has the ball stolen by Corcoran. Now goes over to Sherry from the side. Lays it up and in. And that will do it for the first half. With the score, the Holy Cross Crusaders 35, Sacred Heart 21. Gordy Woods working on those scoring totals. And we'll have all the highlights of the first half and the scoring totals in just a short while. In the meantime, we turn it back to our studios for a little local news. Remind you, you've been listening to high school basketball on WATR.
Dave.
Yeah. Thanks, Gordy.
There you are.
Well, 35-21. We saw an exciting game in the first half, but still the Holy Cross Crusaders prevailing on just excellence and better performance overall.
Holy Cross is just playing a Holy Cross game. They're really tight. The defense is swarming. Yes, Sacred Heart's getting some points up there, but they're earning every single basket they have. It's like a fight for every one of them. And Holy Cross just seems to be in the right place at the right time, getting easy baskets, and just basically bringing the morale down to Sacred Heart. It's like they can't catch a break out there.
That's right. And the Hearts are going to have to come up with steals, just as you said earlier, Dave. They need some steals. They need to convert them to baskets, and they've got to get some momentum going to cut down this Holy Cross lead. The Crusaders jumped out right after the first minute of play, and they started piling it up. It was 12-4, and they never looked back from that point on.
Well, that's absolutely what happened. Is they got the momentum, they took the lead, and then from that point on, it was almost like trading baskets. And Sacred Heart was making some really good plays, and you know what? They were missing some good shots, good looks also. So, you know, a couple swings here or there, and it could be a real tight game, and that's still possible.
I'll tell you, I've never seen two teams that use so many players. I mean,
oh my goodness.
How often do you see 11 players used by a team in the first half? I mean, that's just...
Let alone a game sometimes. You know, the story right now is the turnovers, too. Sacred Heart is just not taking very good care of that ball. You can't have 12 turnovers in a halftime and shoot 38% from the floor and expect to be ahead or close. On the other end, Holy Cross is shooting 52%. That's a phenomenal percentage from the field. And they do have 8 turnovers, but they've been more quiet and not at times when it really hurt them.
Well, Sacred Heart has a lot to look forward to. They're going to be playing Crosby on Friday night over at the Crosby Gym, and Bob Sagendorf and Steve Gessick and that other guy are going to be over there. Oh, that's Gordy Woods. Yeah.
Hey, he's all over the place.
He gets more game time than any of us here.
I'm telling you.
And then next Tuesday, Sacred Heart at home. Yeah, we got 3 Sacred Heart games in a 3 Sacred Heart games in a row. We'll be having Naugatuck and Sacred Heart next Tuesday, a game which we will be broadcasting. Then Friday after that, Torrington and Holy Cross. And then 2 weeks from tonight, the big one for us, Torrington and Crosby over at the Crosby Gym.
That's going to be a honey to watch that again.
It sure is.
I'm looking forward to that. But you know what? We still have 16 minutes of good basketball here. Look for Sacred Heart to come out and change something up on defense to throw Holy Cross off and try to get some steals and get back in this game.
Holy Cross looking to maintain their number 2 position in the N.V.L. right behind the Crosby Bulldogs. Crusaders are 8-2, Crosby 10-0. And of course, Holy Cross would like nothing more than to see Crosby sustain a loss or two around the second half of the season. That would really tighten it up. Right now we're ready for second half action. Taking it out is Reading for Holy Cross. The Crusaders have the ball to start second half action. Sacred Heart man-to-man defensively against the Crusaders. Reading with the ball outside. Mitchell drives in from the side, shoots it up, misses. Rebound picked up by the Hearts. Coming down court, Corcoran to Bamonte back to Corcoran, back to Bamonte in the corner. Three-pointer flying, it is no good. The Hearts just cannot buy a three-pointer here tonight. The Crusaders have it down court. In the corner comes to Cherry. Cherry for three-pointers missed. Rebound underneath Mitchell. Turnaround jump shot is good.
Soft touch. That was poor shot selection last time by Sacred Heart. You don't throw up a three like that when you're down that much. You got to work the ball inside.
6 points for Mitchell. Pass comes inside to Zimmerman. Zimmerman backs toward the hoop. Can't get off a shot. Gets it out to Bamonte. Three-pointer on the way from Bamonte. Missed. Rebound taken off by Mitchell or Reading. Reading down court to Tim Brady. Brady lets the three-pointer fly. It's missed. Rebound taken off by Zimmerman of Sacred Heart. Now the Hearts come down court, trailing by 16 points, 37-21. The Hearts desperate for baskets here. Pass comes to Bamonte. Bamonte bounce pass inside to Zimmerman. Zimmerman looks, now spins, has a shot blocked by Ward. Rebound picked up by Cherry of Holy Cross. Down court it goes to Mitchell in the corner, shoots it up, and missed. Rebound taken off by Corcoran.
The two of them were smiling at each other as they went down the court.
Sacred Heart has it. Out deep, Corcoran looking up at the hoop, doesn't take the shot. Looping pass inside comes to Zimmerman. Zimmerman backs toward the hoop, shoots it up, no good. It was good, but he was called on a charge foul. And there wasn't too much doubt about that one. He just bowled Reading over.
No, there was no doubt about that whatsoever. There was no fake. He just dropped his head and went to the hoop.
And he could do it.
Oh, absolutely. He could clear anyone out, I think.
37-21. Crusaders by 16. As Brady brings it down into the forecourt. Off it comes to Reading. Reading out deep. Zimmerman holding a hand up in front of him. Now comes this way to Ward. Ward back to Cherry. Three-pointer on the way from Cherry. It's off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound picked up by the Hearts. They come down court. They need a hoop here in the worst way. Shot inside. Good by Corcoran.
Asking you shall receive.
I heard that somewhere.
Hey.
I read that somewhere too. 37-23, 5:50 remaining in the third quarter. Crusader ball. We are at the Holy Cross Gym. A big rivalry between Sacred Heart and Holy Cross. Pass underneath goes off the fingertips of Tim Brady. Out of bounds. And that's what the Hearts need. They need a few turnovers here to get them back in. 9 turnovers for Holy Cross. Now the pass comes into Corcoran. And a semi full court press put on by the Crusaders. Mitchell got in, and Eddie Generali takes off the sport jacket. He's getting a little into this game now. Pass knocked out of bounds. Remains Sacred Heart's ball.
That's the Armani came off. It's time to dig in now.
Indeed. Taking it out. We have a momentary delay while Zimmerman fixes his sneaker. Now the Hearts will take it out on the bounds. Bamonte into Ciriello. Ciriello out deep to George. George bounces the ball a couple of times, gets it right back to Bamonte. Now inside it goes to George, and it's stolen by Cherry. Cherry down court to Ward, drives to the hoop, lays it up and in.
He wanted to dunk that ball.
Yes, he did. Foul was called against Bamonte. 39-23, 16-point lead again for the Crusaders.
They're just methodically just tearing Sacred Heart apart, adding to the lead.
Derek Ward at the line. He'll take one to see if he can complete that three-point play. It's a round and out. Rebound taken off by Ciriello. Ciriello to Corcoran. Down court it goes to George. George to the hoop. Lays it up. Misses it. Rebound picked up by Ward. Now Ward to Brady. Brady down court to Reading. Reading fakes a drive toward the hoop. Gets it back out to Brady. Brady fakes a three-pointer from NBA range.
I thought he was going to throw that up.
I did too. And that would have really meant something. Now it's over to Mitchell. Mitchell loops pass inside to Reading. Turnaround jump shot. Nice and easy. And 2 points.
They're just tearing that defense apart. picking their shots, getting the easy shots. Sacred Heart is having poor shot selection, hence they're not gaining any ground.
7 points for Reading. Hearts ball. 18-point lead now for the Crusaders. A lot of people thought this was going to be a very close ball game, this crew included, but Holy Cross has just risen to the challenge here tonight. Steal by the Crusaders. Going up with a shot was Mark Cherry, and he was fouled by Corcoran. That was a good tag.
Good tag. Good tag, yep.
And we have a timeout being called by Sacred Heart. And with the timeout, remind you, you've been listening to high school basketball on WATR. There they go. Girls. 22 girls. When play resumes, it'll be Mike Cherry at the foul line to take 2 shots for the Holy Cross Crusaders. I'll tell you one thing, we got 2 phenomenal cheerleading squads here tonight. These 2 girls cheerleading squads are phenomenal. They are a cut above all the others.
Okay, if you say so, Allie.
Yeah, I know you didn't look.
I was just amazed how fast you went to the studio and back.
I can run.
For that commercial.
I'm getting in real good shape.
I'm telling you, you didn't even look winded.
First shot by Cherry is good. 42-23. Second shot is good again now. Crusaders bulged out to a 20-point lead against the Hearts. And Holy Cross in a full court press, 9 points for Cherry in tonight's game. Corcoran down court for Crusaders. And boy, I'll tell you, Holy Cross defense tonight is phenomenal.
Stifling. It's unbelievable. They are all over them.
Hearts ball. The ball was knocked out of bounds. Almost stolen by the Crusaders. This is man-to-man defense. You don't see too much man-to-man. Not like this, I'll tell you. Excellent job by the Crusaders defensively here tonight. I am really impressed by what I see here. Ball knocked out of bounds again by the Crusaders. It's Sacred Hearts ball. 3 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Hearts ball out of bounds underneath their own hoop. Taking it out, Bamonte. Looking in, lifts it into Zimmerman. Zimmerman's shot is missed. Rebound picked up by O'Philly. O'Philly's shot is no good, but he was fouled by Reading, I believe, or by Mitchell.
Mitchell was just trying to get an extra stat there. He was trying to swat at that thing. He had no right trying to go for that. He was not in position. And this is what Coach Generali's telling him right now.
That's 3 on Mitchell. First shot is missed by O'Philly. That is Paul O'Philly. He's a junior. Gets set for his second try. This one is on the way. This one's good. 43-24. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. From the foul line, shot is up and good by Tim Brady as he brings it right to the line and puts the Crusaders up by 21 now. 45-24. Hearts ball down court. Corcoran. Outside deep to Bamonte. Bamonte has the ball knocked in his hands. It's stolen by Mitchell. Mitchell 2-on-1 fast break. Goes in, lays it up. What a play by Jerome Mitchell, the 5'11 sophomore of Holy Cross.
He is so fun to watch.
8 points for Mitchell. Hearts ball. And the Hearts just completely outclassed here tonight by the Crusaders, and the ball is kicked. Automatic out of bounds violation for the Hearts. They'll take it out outside court.
You know I've said it once, but I just can't think of any other phrase to say. They are just all over them like white on rice.
It is amazing the defensive performance we've seen here from Holy Cross. They're going to give a lot of teams trouble playing that kind of defense. pass shot inside is missed by Zimmerman. Rebound rolling loose on the floor, picked up by Philly, stolen out of his hands, rolling loose on the floor. Big pile up there. Looked like one of the NFL games I saw this weekend.
Fumble!
And the ball goes to Sacred Heart on the jump ball. Alternate possession.
The referees are keeping a close eye on Ward and Zimmerman. They are banging each other down there. Someone's going to get a tee if they don't settle down.
Taking out is Bamonte, gets it into a Philly. A Philly left corner out to Zimmerman, shoots it up from 15, missed, rebound, picked up over on this side by Bamonte, and he steps out of bounds. It'll be Holy Cross ball.
Good hustle.
15 turnovers for the Hearts.
Pepperidge Farm.
There you got it. 47-24. Crusaders coming down with a 23-point lead. And the Hearts just cannot put that ball through the basket in this game. They've been getting shots. Not great shots, but they've been getting shots. But the Holy Cross defense has just been superb here tonight. With the ball for the Crusaders. Outside Mitchell. Mitchell pass underneath to Sherry. Is stolen by Ciriello. Now court goes down court. Almost stolen by Mitchell. Now he steps out of bounds with the ball. It'll go over to Sacred Heart. 2:26 remaining in the third quarter. A couple of substitutions coming in for Holy Cross. Lagasse and Bradford come in replacing Mitchell and Ward. And playing that kind of defense, you need a break. That is very, very tiring. You want to play that tight of defense.
That's what you can do when you have a deep bench.
In the forecourt, ball is lost by the Hearts, knocked out of bounds, and will be awarded to Holy Cross.
When you've got 10, 11, 12 players you can play that tight man-to-man for a long period of time. You just keep bringing in fresh legs.
Ball is knocked out of bounds by Sacred Heart as the Crusaders started to baseline drive. It'll be Holy Cross's ball still. Burke comes into the ball game, replacing Corcoran for the Hearts. Lagasse has it out deep now for the Crusaders. Lagasse backs out a bit towards midcourt, still dribbling the ball, gets it off to Redding right in the center circle. Redding just standing there with the ball on his hip. Following some instructions to his kid, Eddie Generali from sidelines. Just tell him stay right there, wait till someone comes out to get you. Now finally, Zimmerman comes out to pick up Redding a little bit. Now goes left side to Tim Brady. Brady dribbles a bit, now backs out towards midcourt, still dribbling with the ball. Now dribbles left side, foul line, that gets it over the corner to Bradford. Shot is up and missed, rebound picked up by O'Philly of Sacred Heart. O'Philly down court it goes to Bamonte. Bamonte stops the dribble, bounce pass inside to Zimmerman. Zimmerman to Ciriello, lays it up, it's good. Sometimes it looks so easy.
Yes, it does sometimes. 7
points for Ciriello. Crusader ball coming up with it.
Look at that, see? He loses the ball and goes right into a Holy Cross player's hand.
Outside deep with it, it's Tim Brady. Brady faking, trying to get by O'Philly. Now starts his dribble, backs out a little bit, now starts the dribble, backs out a little bit. Over it goes to Redding. Redding closely guarded by Zimmerman. Gets it this way to Lagasse. Lagasse looking inside now, gets it over to Sherry. Sherry goes to the foul line, bounce pass underneath the Redding, lays it up, it's good.
Just picking their shot up there. What I can't understand is how come Sacred Heart hasn't brought in some fresh legs, because those guys are getting tired out there.
Pass comes down court, Bamonte. Bamonte has the ball knocked out of his hands, knocked out of bounds by Brady. I'll tell you, Brady has been all over the court. He has got some speed on him. Ogrief coming into the game for Holy Cross to replace Redding.
Get a little extra playing time here. Try a few different combinations. Preparing for the end of the season.
Got a little more than a half a minute to play here in the third quarter. O'Philly's shot from the side. Missed, rebound picked up by Burke. Burke out deep to Bamonte. Bamonte dribbling the ball between his legs. Now starts to go right side. Backs it into the side. Now outside underneath to Syria, underneath to O'Philly. O'Philly's shot is missed. Rebound taken off by Hogrief. 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Brady looks over at Eddie Generali. They'll just want to get this last shot. Brady looks up the clock. 6, 5, 4, 3. Brady lets it fly from three-point range. No good. That will do it for the third quarter. The score, the Holy Cross Crusaders 49, Sacred Heart 26. You're listening to high school basketball on WATR. Ready for fourth quarter action at the Holy Cross Gym. Ali Vestro, Dave Grant, and Gordy Woods. Holy Cross completely dominating Sacred Heart here in this ball game. Kyle Murphy takes it out for Holy Cross into Mitchell. Goes to the hoop, lays it up, misses it. Rebound picked up by Hogrieve. His shot is good. 51-26. And the Crusaders pile it on. Inside, Zimmerman, shot, miss, rebound. Corcoran up and good. Corcoran.
Again, Holy Cross has been absolutely phenomenal from the field, shooting 67%, and Sacred Heart only 2 of 10 for 20% in that quarter.
Crusaders ball, outside deep, Mitchell, and he's called traveling with it.
Did you notice at the third quarter there how Coach Generali was just all over his players? You would think he was down by 23 instead of up 23. He still wants these guys to do what is right out there, not just because they have a big lead, they can't take it easy.
Well, these are preparation games, as Eddie said, until you get to those real big ones. Pass underneath Ciriello, shot is missed, rebound picked up by George at this side. His shot is up and good. 51-30, and have a timeout being called by Eddie Generali. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here for a second. And, you know, he is screaming at his players. Eddie Generali, very mad at what he saw out there. Something, Dave.
Well, you know what? These guys are getting some playing time. He wants to see them out there producing. He doesn't want them to think this is just garbage time. He wants them out working hard, just like the first string. And I'll tell you what, the sign of good coach is if your second team isn't producing like that, yank them all out and put the first team back in there, because they'd love to pad their stats too.
That's right. 7:06 remaining in the game. It's been all Holy Cross here ever since the first minute of play. Crusaders with an outstanding defensive job here tonight, as well as a pretty good offensive performance. Now Sacred Heart back in the 2-1-2 defensive zone. Holy Cross moving the ball around the perimeter. Outside deep of it is Cherry. Cherry, right side, it comes to Brady, and Brady backs out a little bit. Now starts to drive in, now backs out. Still dribbling with the ball. Brady, definitely the field general of this Holy Cross team. Gets it over to Cherry. Underneath pass is stolen by Ciriello. 14 turnovers for Holy Cross in this game. Now to Bamonte. Bamonte down the lane, lays it up. It's blocked. Rebound picked up by the Crusaders. Coming up with it finally is Ward. Ward to Brady. Brady down court, left side. Cross court pass. Right side to Cherry. Cherry drives to the hoop, lays it up. Not good. Rebound is picked up by Ciriello. Was flat on the floor. The ball just popped right into his hands. And we have a timeout, 30-second timeout call by Sacred Heart. And Dave Grant, yeah, what do you tell your team when you're down 21 now?
What do you tell your team? You tell them, look, guys, obviously it doesn't look like we're going to win this, but you know what? Take this as an opportunity to try a few different things, run a few different offenses, try a few different defenses. I think he should be trying a few different combinations. He should be putting some different people in. He's basically gone with that 5 almost the whole game. They're tired out there. Put some fresh people in, try some different combinations, you know, see what may help you down the line somewhere.
When play resumes, it's Sacred Heart's ball out of bounds underneath the Holy Cross basket. Pass comes in to Corcoran. Corcoran driving right to the hoop, shoots it up, right side, no good, but he was fouled by Cherry.
Well, if they could have broken the press like that all day, I mean, they might have had a couple extra points there.
Well, I'll tell you, Corcoran's been all over the floor for Sacred Heart tonight. He's played an outstanding game.
He's been a hustler.
Shot from the foul line is good. 7 points for Corcoran. Getting set for his second try. This one's on the way. It's good again.
Gordy, how many different people have Sacred Heart played tonight?
Well, I'll give you a count in a little while. Down court coming Mitchell. Mitchell off to Redding. Redding out deep. Redding closely guarded by Zimmerman. He's pulled Zimmerman way out. Zimmerman now almost had a 5-second violation called against the Crusaders, but Coach Ed Generali from the sideline hollered timeout, and the Crusaders picked it up. And they come up with another 30-second timeout.
Sacred Heart has only played 7 players all night long. The starting 5 has gone pretty much almost the whole way. You can't expect to get a lot of production out of them when they're working like crazy just to get a shot off with fresh legs coming at them at defense all the time, they're bound to get tired. Look at them. You can see they all look tired out there. And it's tough to go against 11, 12 men with just 5 or 6 guys.
Yes, it is. Play resumes. Holy Cross ball. Out at side court. Redding takes it in to Brady. Brady looks up the clock. 5:50 remaining in the game. Holy Cross holding on to their number 2 position in the N.V.L. Shot inside is missed by Brady. Rebound picked up underneath by Bamonte. Sacred Heart has won 6 straight ball games up to this point. But this will definitely go down in the loss column for him. Shot by Bamonte is missed. Rebound picked up by Redding. Redding to Mitchell. Mitchell down court. Looping pass to Derek Ward. It hits the backboard. And it's picked up by Sacred Heart.
Coach Generali's not happy. He's like, guys, play your game. Stop playing around now.
Pass inside underneath to Ciriello. Shot is missed. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Awarded to the Hearts. 51-32. 19-point lead for the Holy Cross Crusaders. Sacred Heart's ball outside deep is Burke. Burke off to Corcoran. Corcoran left side drive, spins back, looking around, stops his dribble from 10 feet, shoots it up. It's missed. Rebound picked up by Derek Ward. To Brady, down court to Mike Sherry, back to Redding. He lays it up, misses, or Mitchell missed it, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, and it's awarded to the Hearts again.
It went right off a Sacred Heart guy's head. Coach Generali saying, didn't you see that? Like it's the only thing he has to complain about.
Hearts ball in underneath, pass to Zimmerman. Zimmerman barrels to the hoop again and knocks Derek Ward.
Oh, he's going to get a tee.
Flat out his run.
That was so obvious. How could you complain about that?
Well, he is. 51-32, 4:45 remaining in the game. Holy Cross taking the ball down court. Brady just dribbling very leisurely now. Time is definitely on the side of Holy Cross. The more time they can burn off, the quicker victory will be. Outside deep, Redding now to Ward. Ward around the perimeter. Ward closely guarded by Ciriello. Takes it out a couple more steps. Now gets it right side to Brady. Brady closely guarded by Burke. Gets by Burke. Goes to the foul line now. Cross it over in the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell shot is missed. Rebound taken off by Burke. Burke down court to Bamonte. Bamonte looping pass underneath to Corcoran. He lays it up. It's missed. And you can't afford to miss those layups.
There's like a lid on that basket for him.
And you could just see the coach kind of squirming. Where Dan Carroll. You get the ball underneath and then you miss the layup. Shot by Ciriello's missed pass down court. Stolen by Burke. Burke to Bamonte. Bamonte from the foul line gets it off to Ciriello. Underneath it goes to Zimmerman. Shoots it up around, and finally drops in.
Hallelujah.
10 points for Zimmerman and a foul in the backcourt against Bamonte.
That's okay. That's a good hustle play.
Non-shooting foul. Ball will be taken out of bounds by Holy Cross. 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this one. The Holy Cross Crusaders dominating Sacred Heart all the way here in this one. The home court advantage really paid off. Last time these two teams met, it was a 2-point ball game over at Sacred Heart. And that game could have gone either way too. If the Hearts had a couple of opportunities right at the end, they had a chance to even win that ball game. But tonight it's been a different story. Holy Cross has just dominated. From the side, Mitchell up, good.
Sacred Heart has just ran into a buzzsaw tonight. That's all that happened.
10 points for Mitchell. Hearts ball. Pass to Bamonte from underneath. Lays it up and it's good. 53-36. 17-point lead. Theoretically, this still game is still not out of range, but the way the Crusaders are playing, it relatively is.
Theoretically, I can hear her warming up outside in the hallway. I don't know what you're talking about and what game you're watching.
You hear that fat lady singing, huh?
She's warming up already. I don't know what game you're watching.
Redding outside to Mitchell. Mitchell has the ball stolen from him by Bamonte, and a timeout called by the Hearts, so they'll take possession when play resumes. That's another 30-second timeout. And
that's about it. They only got one full left.
And they got a long way to go. 2 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in this ball game. Don't forget Friday night, we will be over at the Crosby Gym as Sacred Heart has their they had their hands full tonight, they're going to have it even more full on Friday night.
Is that theoretically?
Yeah. As they take on the unbeaten Crosby Bulldogs. Nick Augelli trying to up his record. Well, if he wins tonight, he'll be looking for his 12th state victory. And what's it up to now, the streak in the N.V.L.? 55 or 56?
Something like that. They're over 100 for the two of them combined.
55, I think. That is some record for the Crosby Bulldogs, and they are as tough as anybody, let me tell you.
Look at Holy Cross, still playing tough defense.
Yes, they are.
Look at that.
Pass comes in now. Corcoran with the ball. Corcoran to Ciriello, three-pointer from the corner, air ball. Rebound picked up underneath by Corcoran, lays it up, it's good.
And Ciriello will hear air ball every time he touches the ball now.
53-38, Hearts have cut the lead to 15, and Brady took about 5 steps going in it, but missed the shot. Rebound picked up by the Hearts, and a traveling violation called against Sacred Heart.
Took the A train that time, didn't get called for it. Must have paid double fare.
It's only a 15-point game now.
Theoretically.
I'd
like to see that math. I'd like you to put that on paper for me.
2:09 remaining in the game. Hearts making the score a little bit more respectable in the last couple of minutes. And a shot blocked by Ciriello on Ward, but we hit him with a little bit of the body on that one.
I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of body to hit him with. That looked pretty clean to me, but I wasn't right underneath the hoop there.
I think we got to put some stripes on you for the next game and let you call. Stripes and a whistle. Better than a microphone, huh?
The problem would be just getting up and down the court. I got a good view from here.
Derek Ward, foul line shot is missed. Derek will take a second try. It's 53-38.
It's always easier to call it from up top.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Derek Ward set for his second try. This one's on the way. This one's good. 54-38. 13 points for Ward. Corcoran, three-pointer fly from that's NBA range. Missed. Rebound picked up by Ward, and Ward is called traveling. Called traveling because he tripped over Zimmerman on the floor there.
He had the right of way. He was on the floor.
I'll tell you, Eddie Generali's still not relaxing in this one. We've got less than 2 minutes to play. Monty from the side, shot, missed, rebound picked up by Ciriello. Underneath to Corcoran. Corcoran, gets creamed underneath there. That was a big tag, as they say, Dave.
That was a beautiful fake. Get them all flying in the air.
And Corcoran will take 2 shots from the foul line. Minute 47 remaining in the game. 54-38. Holy Cross over Sacred Heart. Corcoran at the line. First shot is up, and it's good.
Definitely a large margin of victory that we did not expect here tonight. Just shows you how much Holy Cross has improved since the first meeting.
Second shot missed, rebound picked up by Zimmerman. Has the ball knocked with his hands. It'll be Sacred Heart's ball. 54-39, 15-point lead for the Crusaders. Pass comes in to Ciriello. Ciriello out deep to Burke. Underneath it goes to Zimmerman. Zimmerman shot from side, missed, rebound Ciriello. Shot is up, no good, but he was fouled.
Oh, he hit his head.
Yes, he did. And he is holding his head.
Smacked the back of his head on the floor.
And Ciriello just laying on the floor. Now they whip him up, which is the wonderful thing to do when you've been whacked in the head.
Which basket am I shooting at?
Ciriello will take 2 shots. They can get the lead down to 13 if he makes these 2. You know?
And theoretically.
Yeah, theoretically, a minute 38.
Yeah, Panthers definitely were going to win, yeah.
And the referees want to wipe up that floor where Ciriello.
Giving Sacred Heart a much-needed rest, which could help them theoretically maybe get back in the game.
You guys were talking about Crosby's streak. It's 56 straight N.V.L. and 37 N.V.L. No, 37 straight and 56 straight N.V.L.
And that record may stand, well, it's got to stand for at least 3 years.
Well, yeah, theoretically. Mathematically on that one, Al.
Yes. First shot by Ciriello is missed. And Ciriello set for a second try. This one is on the way. It's good. 54-40, 14-point lead. 8 points for Ciriello.
Now tell me the truth, Al. Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Can you hear it now?
I can hear her out in the hall.
Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't the only one.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Holy Cross ball out of bounds underneath their own hoop. Minute 27 remaining in this one. 54-40, Holy Cross.
You know, the last game we did, I talked about doing a Don Meredith singing, "Turn out the lights, the party are over." A lot of people ask me, what's this Don Meredith thing?
Doesn't make you feel old?
Yeah.
Burke comes up with the steal, driving to the hoop, lays it up. It's good. And it leads down to 12 points.
All right, they're coming back.
They're making this score very respectable here. Mitchell down court, into the forecourt to Cherry, double teamed in the corner. Cherry tied up, and a foul called against the Hearts.
Shaka hack.
54-42. Sacred Heart making the score much more respectable here at the end. 1-1 in effect for Holy Cross at the line.
Now, if he misses this and they go down and hit a three-pointer, they foul him again, he misses.
Yeah, theoretically, anything could happen here, right? Mike Cherry at the line. Senior, the only starting senior on the Holy Cross team. Holy Cross started 3 sophomores tonight. Mitchell, Redding, and Ward.
And took 2 freshmen off the bench too, didn't they?
Yes. Cherry has 10 points now. He makes the first shot. Second shot good again. 56-42. Man, that's going to be good to come for Holy Cross fans. They're going to have a lot to root for. From the side, Vermonti shot is good. 56-44. Less than a minute to play here now at the Holy Cross gym. Mitchell in the forecourt is fouled by Bamonte.
All Holy Cross has to do is make the foul shots and they walk away easily. They miss it and they're just going to make it a little more respectable.
Jerome Mitchell is one of those sophomores we were talking about. Very steady ball player.
He's going to be something to watch in years to come.
Hasn't scored a whole lot of points tonight, but he usually comes through for the Crusaders in the clutch when they need it. And tonight hasn't been much needed that way, but when they really get in trouble, they go to Mitchell, and he seems to produce points for them. Shot
He's
is
had
missed.
some smooth plays.
Shot was missed. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Awarded to Holy Cross. Brady will take it out. Tim Brady looks tired. He has played a phenomenal game for Holy Cross tonight. Defensively, just absolutely superb. Pass into Mitchell. Mitchell in the corner. Double team, triple team. Has his pass deflected, stolen by the Hearts. Coming up with it is Corcoran. Corcoran in the forecourt. Stops to the side, gets it out deep to Burke. Lets the three-pointer fly. It's
Two-pointer.
And he was standing right on the line. We'll give him 2.
Full timeout here.
And a timeout called by Sacred Heart, I believe. And it's now a 10-point ball game, 56-46. So this score is going to be a lot more respectable than the game actually was. They make it look like it was a lot closer.
Well, I don't know why Sacred Heart didn't get into that panic mode a lot earlier in the game. It seems that once they put the heat on, they closed the gap. I don't know why they didn't come out the beginning of the second half and did that. A little bit too little, too much, too late.
35 seconds remaining in this one. 56-46 game. Eddie Generali giving some instructions to his team. I don't know what you tell him with 35 seconds and a 10-point lead, but
you tell him, make your foul shots. They're going to foul you. Make your foul shots.
Well, how to protect the ball. Holy Cross ready to break onto the floor now, and here they come.
Get the ball in first is what they're going to say.
56-46. Holy Cross ball. Kick pass comes into Cherry, and Cherry just waits to get fouled, and he gets tied
Jump
up.
ball.
And the ultimate possession goes to Sacred Heart.
Coach Generali didn't like that. The other referee said, I didn't call it. What are you looking at me for?
Vermonti takes it out, gets it into Ceriello. Out deep it goes to Corcoran. Back to Vermonti. Vermonti lets the three-pointer fly. It's no good. Rebound underneath Zimmerman. It's good.
But they can't call any more timeouts.
Now an 8-point game. 56-48. Down court it goes to Cherry. Cherry closely guarded by Corcoran, and Corcoran fouls him finally. 17 seconds. So from a 23-point lead, this has gone down to an 8-point lead.
That's because you said theoretically.
Theoretically it could happen.
Yeah, that's right. So, and I was making fun of you, so Sacred Heart said, well, let's make fun of the principal. We're going to do it this way.
Right.
Close the gap. Allie's the man.
Cherry at the foul line. You got to have fun, right?
Amen.
First shot is around and out. Rebound picked up by the Hearts. Down court to Bamonte. Bamonte drives right to the hoop, shoots it up. No good. Follow up by Corcoran. Up and good. It's a 6-point ball game now.
Just hold the ball.
5 seconds and.
Why is he calling timeout? Just hold the ball and let the time run out, for crying out loud.
4 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. And we have a 1-minute timeout. With timeout, you've been listening to high school basketball on WATR. 6. Let's see, they can steal the.
Got the ball.
Last 4 seconds of play from Holy Cross. Pass comes in and the foul called immediately against the Hearts. Look up the scoreboard clock now. It's only a 6-point ball game. Someone reads the paper tomorrow, they're going to say, wow, that was a real thriller of a close game. And
you see, if there was 2 minutes more left, then you theoretically would have worked.
Yeah. What did I give you as a line before the game?
6 points.
The Holy Cross?
That's what you said.
At the
You
line
heard it here.
Sherry's first shot is good. 57-50.
Ali Vestro, beginning of the game, said Holy Cross by 6.
Second shot by Cherry is good again.
That's all she wrote.
To 50, down court. Corcoran lets a three-pointer fly. Oh, almost makes it from three-quarter court, but that ends the ball game. With the final score, the Holy Cross Crusaders 58, Sacred Heart Hearts 50, and the Crusaders take both ends of the rivalry match between these two teams. With Gordy Woods working on those final scoring totals. We'll be back with Gordy in just a couple of minutes. You're listening to high school basketball on WATR. We'll wrap up here from Holy Cross High School with the final scoring totals. Here's Gordy Woods.
Thank you, Allie. Final score tonight, Holy Cross 58 over to Sacred Heart Hearts 50. Leading the way for Holy Cross, Mike Cherry and Derek Ward had 13 points apiece, followed by Tim Brady with 2. Nick Hogriff had 5. Jerome Mitchell had 10. Mark Redding had 9. Kyle Murphy had 2. And George Bradford had 4. Shooting for Holy Cross, first half was 15 for 29. Second half, 8 for 18 for a night of 23 for 47, 49%. From the three-point goal line, they shot 1 for 6 and 0 for 5 for a night of 1 for 11, 9%. From the foul line, they shot 2 for 4 and 7 for 11 for a night of 9 for 15, 60%. For the 50 points for the Sacred Heart Hearts, they were led by Brian Corcoran with 13 points. Followed by Tim Bamonte with 6. John Suriello had 8. LaRon Zimmerman had 12. Bobby George had 4. Paulo Philly had 3. And Colby Burke had 4. Shooting for Sacred Heart, first half 10 for 26. Second half 12 for 30 for a night of 22 for 56, 39%. From the three-point goal line, they were 0 for 3 and 0 for 4 for an 0 for 7 night. From the foul line, they shot 1 for 3 in the first half, 5 for 8 in the second half, for a night of 6 for 11, 55%. Score by periods, Holy Cross outscored Sacred Heart 16-7. In the second quarter, Holy Cross outscored 19-14, opened up a 14-point lead at halftime, 35-21. In the third quarter, Holy Cross scored 14 points to Sacred Heart's 5 to open up the margin to 23 points, 49-26. In the last quarter, Sacred Heart outscored Holy Cross 24-9 to be on the short end of a 58-50 score. With the victory, Holy Cross improves their record to 9-2 in the league and 9-2 overall. They are 5-1 in the city. Sacred Heart drops to 7-4 in the league, and overall they are 1-3 in the city. In the first game tonight, the JV contest was won by the Holy Cross JVs 55-42. Holy Cross JVs are now 8-3, while the Hearts JVs are 5-6. Now we go back to Allie and Dave.
Well, Principal Grant, that was an extremely interesting ball game, especially at the end. But Holy Cross just a bit too much for Sacred Heart tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, they were a little too much for him tonight, but I'll tell you one thing I would not want to be right now is one of the Holy Cross players in that locker room, because Ed Generali was not happy. They went from a 23-point lead to just squeaking out an 8-point victory. There was definitely some mental breakdowns, and I'm sure he's going to be all over him for that. Yes, it's a W, but not a good showing at the end of the game.
Well, the big games are coming up. We're getting down to the end in the N.V.L, Dave, and it's going to be a great season as we look down Sacred Heart and Crosby Friday, Naugatuck and Sacred Heart next Tuesday, a game which we'll be broadcasting. Torrington Holy Cross a week from Friday, and the big two, as you want to call them, coming up February 3rd and February 7th. Torrington at Holy Cross and or Torrington at Crosby, and Crosby at Wilby. And those two are going to be probably, that will tell what's going to happen in the Naugatuck Valley League this year.
Bring it on. That's all I can say is bring it on.
Well, that just about does it from the Holy Cross Gym here tonight. On behalf of the athletic director of Holy Cross, we would like to thank, that's Jerry Charleglio, Principal Tim McDonald, who I spoke to before the game. I haven't seen Tim in a long time.
Good coach in his day.
And our producer, Tom Graves. I'd like to thank you on behalf of these public service-minded sponsors who send this game your way. On Friday night, on behalf of the WATR sports crew, Dave Grant, Gordy Woods, this is Ali Vestro wishing you a very pleasant good night, reminding you've been listening to high school basketball on WATR, now in our 59th consecutive season.